I'm sorry that I didn't explain very well. Let me say that again. Now I share my experiences how to establish a blog. That can be a website. And the purpose is you can establish millions of websites here, and at least one for our digital notes. Is okay? Digital notes, because I want to help you in the future if you have a very good website with your notes or your hobbies. For example, you like fishing, you like hiking, something like you. For example, you like running and you got a medal in a competition. You can tag it. You can write down it here. For example, here, my website is here in Mandarin. Sorry, here. Okay. My name is $1. Okay. For example, here. Here. Actually, it was the exam question in the previous test. Okay. I ran 3,000 meters with a record. This record fit the criteria for young soldiers. I'm not a young soldier, I'm an old guy. So I wrote this blog, this article, to show my power. Okay, and then another one you may understand. Okay, here. 1 minute, please. Okay, got it here. Last year, I ran 20 minutes and 56 seconds to pass the 3-mile running of U.S. Marine. You know, U.S. Marine is a special force to fit the criteria of my age. So I just let readers know I'm healthy. It's a kind of depression to myself. Okay, and sure, and you can do this too. For example, you master something like this, or your hobby, you can ride a bicycle and win a gold medal in a competition or something. You can write here. But in this course, my suggestion is write down the notes. I will tell you how to do that later. Okay, just write down this. And the reader from worldwide, I don't know he or she, maybe from Europe, from Korea, somewhere. And as long as he or she reads my article here, he or she will catch some image from me. That's my purpose. And again, let me switch to the Okay, I will give this website. Okay. In this course, you can free select group B or group A. You don't need to tell me. In the end, I will ask you to report here. Group A, to pass this course very easy. At least 6 times of attendance. We have 16 weeks in this semester, including 2 holidays. Okay. And attend 2 open book exams. I will tell that later. If you want to higher score, you can select group B. And at least 10 times of attendance. And 2 open book exams like the previous one. And optional, here is optional, public website or homepage with your digital notes. 20 marks. And 5 marks is for creative works. You can discuss what you want to do this semester. Restricted only in the semester. Is it okay? Okay. Then switch to this. Okay. Any student yet to create your homepage? Raise your hand. Okay. Go to the Google Blogger and log in. If you have your own cell phone, it's okay. Cell phone is okay. You can install the apps or the website is okay. And collect an app. Here is just an example. CAC Taiwan to help your family. For example, my name is $1. You can select $1. But see, sorry, this blog address is not available. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. Because this one, generally I suggest you to create a website with your name. That's the spirit of the US or the Europe. Okay, if you finish your here, you can select new post. Start new post. And you can type the date. Which date system you like? I mean, month, day, year, or day, month, year, European system, or year, month, day, Asia system. Do you think which one is better? I like. You can type one thing. ISO 8601. ISO 8601 is the rules to set the date system. That is add the digits. For example, today is 2024-03-06. I like this one. It depends on you. Because I prefer this one. Also, I saw it's from Switzerland. I get confused with Switzerland. They created an ISO 1801 about the rules how to write a date. I like this. Because the expiration date on a canned food, for example, a canned fish, the expiration date, for example, 03/06/2024. But in Europe, it means March 6th. But in US, it's March 6th. But in Europe, it means June 3rd. It is really confused. So I prefer to use the ISO 8601 the system. Add the digits. Year, MM means month. 2 digits of month. Do not use only 1 digit. Only 2 digits. And 2 digits of day. Thus, today is 2024-03-06. Sure. I use the ISO system. You can use your own system. It depends on you. Or even the computer science, they use this system. So forget the European system, date, day, month, year. Or the American system, month, date, year. Okay? And you can create this and notes from statistics. You can follow my step. Okay, you have your own language. It's okay. I hate this. I hate $1. Although you don't know that. Notes from statistics. Notes from accounting. Notes from Chinese language. Notes from somewhere. And in the future, you can come back to modify if you find some mistakes or find something different. You can modify it when you publish this article. Don't worry. Don't worry. And I encourage, but no enforcement, okay? Encourage everyone to buy a writing board, writing tablet. For example, you can take a look here. The square root, sigma, xi minus, assume 5, parentheses, square divided by 5. I know there are tons of tools free available online. You can use it to calculate. But in the beginning, I want to establish your basement, your fundamental skills. So I encourage you, you can buy this. You can buy this. Then for example here, you can take a picture of it. For example, I just uploaded the picture to online. Now I use my cell phone to upload this picture to the blog, the article. Let me show you. Go to my cell phone. Okay, let me publish it, confirm it. Oh, okay. Let me upload the photo. Okay, and update it. Oh, come on. Okay, then switch to the website. Then you can check the website here. I just took this photo and I uploaded the photo to my article. That is part of the notes. Get it? Get it? Okay, then you can type something different here. For example, the formula is blah blah blah, and the link is blah blah blah. Then update. Get it? So I hope, but no enforcement. In the future, every week you can take a note with the date. I will count it, then give you the optional marks in this part. Okay? Okay. Okay. No more question. I'm going to switch different issue. For example, here, and here, you can take a look at this. And next time, I will suggest you to bring a USB disk. I will tell you how to do that, and I will announce it in the line group. And you can use a Bluetooth mouse or keyboard, about $400 in a set. And you can check this. Like this one, about a little bit more than $100, like this one, and you can operate your cell phone. Sure, you bring your own laptop. That's best choice for me. But if you have no plan to bring your laptop, you can use this to operate your cell phone as a mini laptop. Okay, then. You may use different type of the keyboard and mouse. And here is the sorry, not this. Okay. And you can buy the writing tablet like this. It's about $250 New Taiwan dollars. You can buy that from the website, but if international student, you need help, ask the Taiwanese student to help you. I think it's okay. It's okay. Get it? Again, it's encouragement, no enforcement. As long as you can calculate, for example, in the beginning, I will give you maybe 5 numbers or 10 numbers. Try to find the mean of the set of 5 numbers. But in the future, maybe the week 12 or week 13, I will give you 1,000 numbers. Can you calculate the mean, the maximum, the minimum with this writing board? It's impossible because 1,000 numbers is very big. The number is really big. Then I will tell you how to use the program to do that. But in the beginning, I encourage everyone have a writing board to do this. Okay, then. Okay, and now please set up this. Again, I encourage everyone to do this. And as long as you finish the notes for every week, not only in my course, I encourage you to use these digital notes on different courses. Then your website will become very rich in the content. Okay, 5 minutes. I should be shut up. Then write down your notes. 5 minutes. Okay, go. Any question? If you don't know how to operate the website, let me know. Any notes is okay. For example, today I learned how to set up a Blogger. Actually, $1 is stupid, guy. I don't like Blogger. I like WordPress because WordPress can be use the business model as long as I pay maybe $10 or $20 US dollars. It's okay. It's up to you. You can write it as a note, but don't say me a stupid guy. It's okay. I'll be angry. Okay, just joke. Write down the notes. Write down the notes. Okay. Any question, please let me know. One minute. I'll be back. Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
So we can add a kind of picture we want.
Any picture? But at least on my course, I hope you add for example, the formula, or you assume you don't know the definition of mean, maximum number, minimum number for group of number. Assume I know you already know that. You can find website for teaching or YouTube for teaching. That's okay because that is a note. But it's impossible in the traditional way. You have your pen, your paper, write down the link of YouTube. No, but you got it. You have the digital website. You can copy and paste. Let me show you. Okay, thank you for the reminder. If you get many useful information, for example, on YouTube, basic statistics, and assume this one is really good, just click it.
Question. Would you build a website for a major brand with more than 200 million users using Wix? Well, we did.
Hi, I'm Sivan. I'm an R&D manager here at Wix. Today I want to show you how we use our own platform, creating some pretty complex functionalities that may surprise you. First, all of our web pages are built on Wix. They get a huge amount of traffic. Users that sign up to Wix come with all kinds of needs and goals. So to match them with the best solutions, we built an onboarding flow on the Wix editor using custom code. We also embedded a web component using the custom element feature. These can be developed in any client-side technology like React, Angular, Vue.js, your call. So what now? Push to production? Well, not just yet. That's where the Release Manager comes in handy. It's a built-in tool that allows you to gradually roll out new versions and test them safely. What about SEO? Go ahead. Google Website Builder, create a website, or any of the other 3,500 highly competitive non-branded keywords we compete for. Security? Done. No compromising there. Our whole business depends on it. So let's put it this way. You can do everything with Wix. See for yourself.
Okay, let's do it again.
Nope, we're done here.
Here is the YouTube channel. You can watch it, and then just okay.
What's it like to learn math on Brilliant.org? Brilliant gets you hands-on to help you learn by doing. Learn topics from everyday math to calculus and beyond. You'll solve fun problems and learn from clear and intuitive explanations. Brilliant has thousands of interactive lessons in math, science, and computer science, because studies show that interactive learning is 6 times more effective than watching lecture videos. With over 10 million users around the world, Brilliant is the best place to learn interactively. Get started for free at Brilliant.org.
Paste to your notes. Then you can see it from $1. You need to use a citation. I got this information from $1.
Let's start with this problem. Find the mean, median, mode, and range of the following data set. Now the first thing that I would recommend doing is arranging the numbers in increasing order. So the lowest number is 7, and we have 2 of them. After that, the next number is 10, and then 14, 15, 23, and 32. Now, to calculate the mean, what we need to do is we need to take the sum of the 7 numbers and divide it by the 7 numbers that are in the data set. So this is going to be 7 plus 7 plus 10 and so forth.
Okay, just a question. How many people
And then we're going to divide it by the 7
Android
numbers.
cell phone?
So the mean is basically
Android.
the average of those numbers.
Android 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, how many?
So the total sum that I got is 108.
How many students
If you
here
take 108 and divide it by
iPhone?
7,
Raise your hand.
that's going to give you
Over the hand.
15 point,
Personally,
four.
it's my
I'm
personal
going to round it to
problem,
3. So it's
okay? I
approximately
don't use Microsoft.
15.43.
The computer here is Linux.
So that is
I
the
do
mean.
this.
That's how you can find it.
Okay. And
Now, what about the next thing?
I don't like iPhone.
How can we
because
find the
iPhone
median
uses the
of this
BSD
data set?
similar to Linux, but they didn't release the original code.
The median is basically the middle number.
It's my personal issue. not
So
the
what I
one.
like to do is
So
eliminate
I don't
the
use
first
Microsoft,
and the
I
last
don't
number.
use iPhone
And
or
then working towards the
Mac
middle, I'm going to
system.
eliminate the next 2 numbers
Okay, and now,
until I'm left with the
now
middle number. So as we could
you
see
can
in this
go to
example,
you can use
the
yourself.
median is equal to 14. It's simply the middle number of the data set.
iPhone
Now what about the mode? What is the mode
apps.
in this problem?
And for example,
The mode is simply the number that occurs the most frequently.
scientific
I think I said that wrong.
calculator,
It's basically the most frequent number in the data set. And notice that 7
scientific calculator.
appears twice in this data set. So 7 is the mode. Now what about the range?
And install that on you.
The range is simply the difference between
cell phone.
the highest number and the lowest number. So it's going to be 32 minus 7,
iPhone apps
which is
about
25.
scientific calculator.
And so now you know how to find the mean, median,
And later
mode,
I will give a
and
website.
range of a
You
data
can
set.
copy paste the website to you.
Now
So
let's
if
move on to
you
number 2.
reach here,
Now this is going to be a similar
can
problem, but it's not exactly the same. As you can see, we have 8 numbers in our data set as opposed to the 7 that we had previously. So let's begin by putting these numbers in order. So the lowest number is 11, and then the next number is 15, and then we have 21, and then 37, 41, and 59.
Oh, okay.
So let's begin by calculating the mean. So the mean, represented by the symbol x bar, is equal to the sum divided by the number of numbers in the data set. So let's add up the 8 numbers.
And here is the apps, free apps from Apple Store. Pinnacle Scientific Calculator.
This is going to take some time.
Okay, take a look. I copy the title
And then divide the sum by those
I
8
copy the title
numbers.
to my notes.
So we have 11 plus 15 plus another
And
15, and then
copy the
21,
website.
37, 41, and 259s. So I got a sum of 258. If we divide that by 8,
To the link.
you'll find that the mean is 32.25. So that's the answer for the first part
And
of
here,
the problem.
take a look at this. And
Now let's move on to the second part. Let's calculate
select
the median.
the texts you want to put a hyperlink here.
As we said before,
And go to the
the median
chain,
is
the
simply
hyperlink here.
the middle number. So let's eliminate
Select
the first
the
and the last
texts
numbers,
here.
and then the next 2,
Insert hyperlink.
and the next 2.
Paste.
Notice that we don't have one number in the middle, but this time we have 2 numbers in the middle. So what should we do if we come across a
And
situation?
this is your
In this case, what you need to do is take the average of
your
those 2
notes
middle
are
numbers.
in
So you need to
digital
add them up and divide by 2.
form. In the future,
2 plus 3 is 5. 7 plus 1 is 8. So 21 plus 37 is 58. And if you divide it by 2, this gives you 29. So 29 is the median in this data set. Now what about the mode? What is the mode in this example? Now, as we said before, the mode is the number that is basically, it's the most frequent number in the data set. But this problem is different from the last one because we have two numbers that appear twice, 15 and 59. So which of these is the mode? It turns out that they both represent the mode. So the mode is 15 and 59. So what we have is something known as a bimodal data set because there's two modes instead of one. It's not unimodal. Now what about the range? Well, there's nothing different about the range in this problem compared to the last problem. It's simply the highest number divided by the lowest number. So you could say H minus L. So the highest number is 59, as we could see here, and the lowest number is 11. So 59 minus 11 is 48. So now you know how to find the mean, median, mode, and range of a data set. Now let's talk about finding the quartiles and the interquartile range. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make basically a number line with a beginning and an end. And let's say this number line represents our data. The lowest value is known as the minimum. The highest value in our data set is the maximum. Now we're going to break this number line into 4 equal parts. The first part is known as Q1. This is the first quartile. The second one is Q2, the second quartile, and then this is the third quartile. So let's say if the data was normally distributed, this would be at a 0% level, this would be 25, 50, 75, and then this will be 100. So you could see how the quartiles are related to each other respectively. Now, how do we go about finding Q1, Q2, and Q3? How do we do that? Q2 is basically the median of the entire data set. Q1 is the median of the lower half of the data set. And Q3 is the median of the upper half of the data set. Now, the interquartile range represented by IQR, this is the difference between Q3 and Q1. So once you find Q1 and Q3, you can now calculate the interquartile range. Now, the next thing that I want to mention is the ability to find or identify if a number in a data set is an outlier. So here's what you need to know. It's not going to be an outlier if it's within this range. If it's between Q1 minus 1.5 times the IQR, so that's the lowest that it can be, or the highest it can be is Q3 plus 1.5 times the IQR. So if you have a number that is within this range, it is not an outlier. But if you have a number in the data set that is outside of this range, then that number is an outlier. So let's work on an example. Let's say we have the numbers 7, 11, 14, 5, 8, 27, 16, 10, 13, 17, and 16. Go ahead and identify Q1, Q2, and Q3. Calculate the interquartile range, the IQR, and determine if there's any outliers in this data set. Feel free to pause the video and use what you know to try it. Now, as always, the first thing we should do is organize the data. The lowest number is 5, and then we have 7, 8, 10, 11. Perhaps it's best if we cross it off as we go along. And then the next number is 13, and then 14, 16, there's two 16s, and then the 17, and then 27. Now, what do you think is our next step in order to find the interquartile range and the 3 quartiles? What's our next step? The best thing to do at this point is to determine the median of the entire data set, which is going to be Q2. So we could eliminate the first 2 numbers, the first and the last number, and then the next 2 until we get a number in the middle. So notice that 13 is in the middle. So therefore 13 is going to be Q2. Now what I like to do is I'm going to get rid of this number for now. And I'm going to put a line between the left side and the right side. So I want to separate the lower half of the data set with the upper half of the data set. But the 13 is still here though, so just keep that in mind. So that's our Q2 value. Now, Q1 is the median of the lower half of the data set. So what is the median of those 5 numbers? The median is simply going to be the middle number of those 5 numbers. So Q1 is 8. Now, what is the median of the upper half of the data set? Notice that the middle number is 16. So that is Q3. Notice that we have a total of 11 data points. And so that's why 13 is not included in the lower half or the upper half. Because if it was, one side will have 5 numbers, the other side will have 6. And that's why I chose to write it up here, so that the lower half is the same as the upper half. They both contain 5 numbers. Now let's go ahead and calculate the interquartile range, IQR. So we said it's the difference between the 3rd quartile and the 1st quartile. So it's going to be 16 minus 8, which is 8. And so that's how you could find the interquartile range of a data set. Now, what about the presence of any outliers? So looking at these numbers, do you think we have a number that really stands out that doesn't belong? Right now, 27 appears to be very far off from all the other numbers. So do you think 27 is an outlier? Well, let's find out. So let's write down what we know. The presence of an outlier is based upon its range. It's Q1 minus 1.5 times the IQR to Q3 plus 1.5 times the IQR. So we know that Q1 is 8, and the interquartile range is also 8. Q3 is 16. So this is going to be 16 plus 1.5 times 8. What is 1.5 times 8? 1 times 8 is 8, 0.5 times 8 is 4, 8 plus 4 is 12. So this is going to be 8 minus 12, and this is 16 plus 12. Now 8 minus 12 is negative 4, and 16 plus 12 is 28. So now looking at what we have, is 27 an outlier based on its range? Because 27 is between negative 4 and 28, 27 is not an outlier. Now, if we had 29, that would be an outlier. So now you know how to determine if a point is an outlier within a range.